Hi everyone and welcome to today's video. This is beginning ESL listening level A1 and it's lesson 22. In this lesson we're going to continue practicing pronouncing past simple regular verbs and also using the past simple to uh, recount or tell a story about an event in the past. Great. Again, so we can use the past to talk about what you did an hour ago, yesterday, a minute ago, last week, 10 years ago. It doesn't matter how long ago in the past, but we just use the simple past, anything that started and ended in the past. All right, so what can you say about Tom? We're looking at past, present, and future. So when Tom was a child, it looks like he played football. These days, now he's playing American football. And in 10 years in the future, it looks like he may be coaching American football. All right, we're going to listen to these sentences in the past simple tense and listen to the verb. What is the final sound in the verb and how do we pronounce the ed? Is it T, D, or ed? And this is a little bit of a review if you watched lesson 21. Let's just listen.
Number 1. He walked around the park. Number 2. She stared at the computer. Number 3. We listened to the teacher. Number 4. The student cheated on the test. Number 5. He decided to take a vacation. Number 6. You introduced your friend to everyone. Number 7. The lady hugged her child. Number 8. The film ended at 11 p.m. Number 9. We missed the 10:30 train. Number 10. She watched a YouTube video. Number 11. The dog belonged to Mrs. Ditter. Number 12. I carried the bag up the stairs.
All right, so hopefully you could hear the differences. Notice when he said the ed sound, when he made the ed sound like a T, and when it sounded like a D. I'd recommend maybe playing this section of the video several times and practicing these out loud until you feel comfortable with when to make the ed sound for the ed and when not to. Okay, so now we're going to talk about a person talking about their vacation. So, what do you do on vacation? What do you stay? Where do you stay? And who do you go with? So, just be thinking about some of those things. So, we're going to look at each verb and how do you pronounce its past simple form. And then I'd like you to try to make a sentence using each verb. So, we have arrive. What would be the past tense of arrive? Well, it should be arrived. Arrived. Book. The past tense of book would be booked. Booked. The past tense of walk. Walked. The past tense of play is played. Played. The past tense of watch. Watched. Watched. And the past tense of complain is complained. Now see if you can make some sentences out of each of these words. You can pause the video for a moment, try that on your own. When you come back, I'll write some sentences. You may have different sentences, but these would just be some suggestions for you. So pause the video, write your sentences, and then restart when you're ready to continue. All right, so we could say something like, The plane arrived on time. I booked my tickets 3 months ago. We walked on the beach this morning. My children played in the sand. The little boy watched his sister swimming. And Grandma complained during the entire trip. Okay, so those are just some example sentences. Again, you might have different sentences, but these are all simple past using the words that we were given here. All right, so William sent a postcard to Simon. So William is going to read the postcard. So before listening, we're going to read the statements below, and then after listening, decide if these are true or false. So you can pause the video and read on your own, or you can follow along as I read. William and his family arrived at 8 p.m. William booked a hotel close to the airport. William and Mary played volleyball, and the children complained because they wanted to stay at the beach. So let's listen.
Look, here's a postcard from William. He's still on holiday in Sydney. Let me read it. Hi, everyone. We're having a wonderful time. We arrived yesterday at 10 p.m. I booked a hotel close to the airport, which was a good idea. Our hotel room is great. We walked to the beach this morning. The children played in the sea for hours. Mary and I watched them and talked for a few hours. We returned to the hotel several hours ago. The children complained because they wanted to stay at the beach, but will return again tomorrow. Lots of love, William and family. Well, it looks like they're having fun.
All right, we'll listen again, and I'll pause it to write down the answers as he gives them.
Look, here's a postcard from William. He's still on holiday in Sydney. Let me read it. Hi, everyone. We're having a wonderful time. We arrived yesterday at 10 p.m.
Okay, so number one, William and his family arrived at 8 p.m. That is false, because he said it was 10 p.m.
I booked a hotel close to the airport.
Okay, William booked a hotel close to the airport. That is true.
Which was a good idea. Our hotel room is great. We walked to the beach this morning. The children played in the sea for hours. Mary and I watched them and talked for a few hours.
Okay, so William and Mary did not play volleyball. False. They watched the children and talked.
We returned to the hotel several hours ago. The children complained because they wanted to stay at the beach, but will return again tomorrow.
Okay, the children complained because they wanted to stay at the beach. That is true. All right, so we'll listen again. This time you can read along, and I'll fill in the gaps as we go.
Look, here's a postcard from William. He's still on holiday in Sydney. Let me read it. Hi, everyone. We're having a wonderful time. We arrived yesterday at 10 p.m. I booked a hotel close to the airport, which was a good idea. Our hotel room is great. We walked to the beach this morning. The children played in the sea for hours. Mary and I watched them and talked for a few hours. We returned to the hotel several hours ago. The children complained because they wanted to stay at the beach, but will return again tomorrow. Lots of love, William and family. Well, it looks like they're having fun.
All All right, so next we're going to talk about sports. Do you play any sports? Do you attend any games or matches? And how do sports fans show support for their team? And it says, can you make a sentence about each image? So go ahead and try that. You can pause the video, see if you can make a sentence about each picture, and then restart when you're ready to continue. Okay, here are just some possible sentences. You may have different ones, but for picture A, I might say something like, children like to play basketball with their friends. The World Cup is a very famous football tournament. And American football is very popular in the United States. All right, so now see if you can complete these sentences by changing these verbs into their past tense form. You can pause the video and try that on your own, and then restart when you're ready to see the answers. All right, let's take a look at the answers. It was an exciting game. The player threw the basketball into the hoop, and he scored 2 points in the final minute of the game. Amazing. I was talking on the phone when Jane arrived, so I missed what you were saying to me. The spectators cheered for their team to encourage them during the game. And the coach congratulated Sarah after the match because she performed very well. All right, now we're going to listen to Roger's father. He's going to talk about his son's football match. And so listen carefully for all the past simple forms. And so then after listening, we'll see if you can remember which verbs you heard. So let's listen.
Roger played football yesterday, and he performed very well. In the first minute of the game, he kicked the ball and scored a goal. Everyone clapped and cheered. I watched the football match for about an hour, but then I remembered. Tony asked me to call him at 10 a.m. I called Tony quickly, but I missed Roger's second goal. I finished speaking with Tony quickly and decided to watch the rest of the football match. It was exciting, and Roger jumped for joy when he finished playing.
Okay, so take a moment, see how many of those you can remember, and then we will listen and pause after each sentence and write down the past tense verbs that he used. All right, let's listen to the answers.
Roger played football yesterday.
So Roger played football yesterday.
And he performed very well.
Performed.
In the first minute of the game, he kicked the ball and scored a goal.
So he kicked the ball and scored a goal.
Everyone clapped and cheered.
So clapped and cheered.
I watched the football match for about an hour.
So watched.
but then I remembered.
Remembered.
Tony asked me to call him at 10 a.m.
So asked.
I called Tony quickly.
Called.
But I missed Roger's second goal.
Missed.
I finished speaking with Tony quickly
So finished.
and decided to watch the rest of the football match.
Decided.
It was exciting.
Was is the past. This is past sensitive.
And Roger jumped for joy when he finished playing.
So jumped. And then he used finished again. All right. All right, well, listen again. This time you can read along and we'll fill in the words as he says them.
Roger played football yesterday and he performed very well. In the first minute of the game, he kicked the ball and scored a goal. Everyone clapped and cheered. I watched the football match for about an hour, but then I remembered. Tony asked me to call him at 10 a.m. I called Tony quickly, but I missed Roger's second goal. I finished speaking with Tony quickly and decided to watch the rest of the football match. It was exciting, and Roger jumped for joy when he finished playing.
All right, so have you ever been to a sports game? What game was it? Who played? Who scored? Which team won? So talk about the match and how you felt. And here's some words that you can use to help you. You can either write down you're remembering this event, or you can speak it aloud. So that brings us to the end of today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like, share, subscribe, and leave any questions that you have in the comments. Hope to hear from you again soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.